And a very pleasant good day to you. It's the first day of the month, June the 1st, Monday, the first day of the week, day 77. Stay safe at home. Ron Crider here, your faithful servant at Victoria at Indian River Shores on Vero's beach. And I have your information today for your numbers, now with expanded COVID-19 coverage to include Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, Indian River counties, Brevard, and Orange counties. So I hope that you like this. I'm going to expand a little bit more and give you more information only on the COVID-19 related stories from now on, and try to not put too much information in other than maybe something about a space shot or something such as that. Please push the like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of those likes. I keep telling you every day that's the gasoline that goes into my engine to keep me going and make this thing continue to work for you. Shout outs today to Dallas, Susan, Betty, Hester. Kostas G says, keep on keeping on. Okay, Kostas, I'm going to keep on keeping on, and I appreciate all the likes I get from you folks and the nice words that you give me. Weather forecast for Indian River County, that would be Vero Beach, Florida. Clouds and some sun in the morning with more clouds in the afternoon. A stray shower. Thunderstorms are possible. High near 85 degrees for you boaters. Winds east-northeast 10 to 20 miles per hour today, Monday. And then tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms mainly during the evening. Low about 76 for you boaters. Again, winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And chance of rain tonight is about 40%. St. Lucie County Public Safety, in partnership with the Cleveland Clinic, is offering free drive-through COVID-19 testing at Clover Park from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. June 1st through the June 5th. Testing will take place, weather permitting. In the event of inclement weather, testing will be rescheduled. Anyone over the age of 18 that wishes to be tested is encouraged to visit the site. No appointment is needed, and testing is offered regardless of symptoms. Vehicles will enter off of Peacock Boulevard. Residents must remain in their vehicles, individually seated next to an open window, and show an ID with proof of age. The lines for testing will be closed prior to 8 p.m. each day to ensure testing ends promptly at 8 p.m. For those wishing to be tested, please remember no walk-ups. It's located at 31 PIAZZA Drive. I'll put that up here on the screen. In Port St. Lucie, Clover Park is the spring training facility for the New York Mets and the home of the St. Lucie Mets. And now let's check in to Italy. Dr. Alberto, the head of the San Raffaele Hospital in Milan, one of the areas in Italy hardest hit by COVID-19, explained the evolution of the virus is extremely positive. And what he means by that is this is good news. In reality, the virus clinically no longer exists in Italy, he told RAI Television and Reuters news service. The swabs that were performed over the last 10 days showed a viral load in quantitative terms that was absolutely infinitesimal compared to the ones carried out a month or two ago. I don't know what that means. I mean, I understand the words. I understand it sounds like it's kind of vanishing in Italy, and maybe the strains start weakening. We don't know, but that's a report from Italy, and Reuters is a very reliable news service. How about this one? Sweden now has the highest daily COVID-19 death rate in the world, and it's getting worse. And they were talking about how great Sweden was doing. So that's in the news, and that was in Reuters as well. In recent days, newly reported deaths here in Florida have slowed. There's generally an uptick in deaths recorded on Tuesday following the low numbers posted on Sundays and Mondays. So for some reason, there were lower numbers on Sundays and Mondays. On Sunday, the Florida Department of Health's public data dashboard was no longer available to be viewed without a login and password, prompting confusion by online users and residents, including me, and I wasn't able to get my numbers up until probably 3:30 on Sunday. It was a real mess. This is the second time we've had a really big problem with this. Where is Rebecca Jones when we needed her? I said that yesterday. It's a joke. Sorry about that. The health department described the issue as a glitch in a tweet. Fortunately, they were able to repair it by about 2:45 on Sunday, and then I was able to get the numbers up. So if you wonder what happened on Sunday, there was a good reason for it. As I say, I can't put the numbers up before I get them. Over the past week, elders living in long-term care facilities accounted to 7 to 10 Florida deaths resulting from COVID-19, as the pandemic increasingly becomes a scourge of the elder folks and the frail. Through the cumulative overall number of deaths attributed to COVID-19, the illness caused by exposure to the virus doubled this month. COVID-19 deaths at nursing homes and assisted living facilities tripled. As of Saturday, 1,228 people at long-term care facilities had died from COVID-19. Florida's health department released data on Friday showing the results of more than 123,000 people who received COVID-19 antibody tests, with 5,474 people testing positive for previous infections, or about 4.4% of those tested. The testing data reported publicly by the state for the first time does not reflect the percentage of people in Florida who have COVID-19 because the antibody tests were not part of a study to measure the infection statewide. Medical experts say it is still unclear if antibodies produced in the bloodstream after infection provide any immunity from a second infection. So that's I don't know. I thought this antibody testing was going to be a really good thing, and now that's coming into question, just like everything else. All I can tell you is nothing's changed since we started. They keep coming up with new ideas, and they keep contradicting themselves. That doesn't mean it's bad. It means they're learning more. And as I say every day, history is the best teacher. Experience is also the very best teacher. So here come the numbers, and I hope the numbers are going to be really good today. You never can really tell after they've had an issue with the dashboard how they're going to turn out, because they do an awful lot of corrections. Here are the numbers. Okay, everyone, here are the numbers for June 1st, Monday, day 77. These are the numbers for the entire state of Florida, and the new tests you'll see in column D are included in column C. So total testings in the entire state of Florida, 1,041,318, and the 19,053 were the new cases. There were 667 new positive cases, 41 new hospitalizations, and 9 new deaths for the entire state of Florida. 9 new deaths. So that is for the entire state of Florida. 21,500,000 people live in our state. Now let's take a look at Indian River County. That's Vero Beach, where we live. 160,000 people in Indian River County. So far, we've tested 5,856. We tested new 194 in the past 24 hours. There were 3 new positive cases here in Indian River County, 1 new hospitalization, and no new deaths reported in Indian River County. Now let's go down to Dade County. Dade County is Miami. 2,717,000 people live down there in Dade County. So far, they've tested 182,951. In the past 24 hours, they tested 2,439 new cases. There were 139 new positives, 8 new hospitalizations, and 2 additional deaths were reported in the past 24 hours in Dade County. In Broward County, they have 1,935,000 people living there. 109,051 people have been tested. They tested an additional 2,405 people in the past 24 hours. 73 new positive cases in Broward County, 3 new hospitalizations, and 1 new death reported in the past 24 hours for Broward County. In Palm Beach County, population of 1,471,000, they tested 76,501. New tests were 1,974. They had 139 new positives, 3 new hospitalizations down there, and no new deaths were reported in Palm Beach County in the past 24 hours. In Martin County, 8,377 totally tested, 74 new tests, 1 new positive in Martin County, that's Stewart, 0 new hospitalizations, and 0 new deaths reported in Martin County. In St. Lucie County, that would be Fort Pierce. They have 328,000 people in Fort Pierce. 11,314 total testings, 126 new testings in the past 24 hours, 97 hospitalizations. Let's back up here again one more time. Let's back up to 2 new positives in St. Lucie County and 2 new hospitalizations. They have a total of 97 hospitalizations in St. Lucie, but 2 new hospitalizations. And fortunately, no new deaths were reported in St. Lucie County. And in Brevard County, that's just north of Indian River County, that's Melbourne, they have 602,000 people live in that county. 23,358 were totally tested. 325 were the additional tests made in the past 24 hours. 2 new positives, 0 new hospitalizations, 1 new death was reported in Brevard County. And in Orange County, that would be Orlando, 1,395,000 people live in that county. 72,344 were totally tested. They added 1,061 in the past 24 hours. New positives were 29 in Orange County. New hospitalizations, 0, and no new deaths were reported in Orange County up in Orlando. Now, one more time, let's take a look at these columns here. Column F, that's this column right here, new positives. 388 new positives in our county, in the counties that we are reporting, not including the entire state of Florida. So it's Indian River County through Orange County, 388 new positives. There were 667 new positives in the entire state, but in the counties that we're reporting, 388. Hospitalizations, the same deal. There were 41 total hospitalizations in the entire state of Florida. Only 17 were reported in the counties that we're reporting. And then if we go over here and take a look at the deaths, there were 4 new deaths reported in our counties, although there were 9 new deaths in the entire state of Florida. Okay, folks, I'd like to show you a little graph here. The one regarding the deaths here, that's the bottom one, and this is from 5/2 until 5/28. So on 5/28, I can't show you that number, but on 5/27, there were 27 deaths. But you can see, if you look at this graph, that there is a gradually descending number of deaths that took place in the past 30 days. So we have 2,460 deaths, but if you look at this graph, you'll notice it's a gradually descending graph. I think this is more pictorial for you to see than trying to give you some sort of a percentage number, but we are definitely making progress with respect to the number of people who have passed away versus the number of people who have been tested and were tested positive. Now, the above chart are the number of people that were tested positive, but this is very misleading because the more tests you do, the bigger the numbers get, and it doesn't really tell you anything in particular that's meaningful. Deaths are meaningful. That's final. We know exactly where we are. And unfortunately, I've tried to use these numbers for various charts and graphs, and they change every day because as they come in, they realign them with different dates. And all of these numbers start changing every day. You'd have to almost go in and recalculate every number to give you an accurate figure of what's going on. But you can see this is the way the state of Florida sees it at the present time. So these are the numbers for today, for June 1st, Monday, day 77. I hope these are good for you, and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. And next comes my thoughts for the day. That's always a little bit more uplifting, I think. Okay, folks, here are the thoughts for today, June 1st, Monday, day 77. Stay safe at home. This is my own little thing that I use a lot, and that is dramatize what you can't disguise. So I just want to point out to you that I've spoken with my wardrobe people, and they are taking care of my shirt, but apparently this thing here, this collar, was kind of cattywampus on the first part of the video today, and already people have mentioned that to me, that what's up with your shirt? And then somebody else mentioned something about the fact that you have a little blemish on your face here, and where's your makeup people, and how come they haven't covered that up? Well, you know, I mean, it's just, this is not a very high budget production. I hope you understand that. So remember, dramatize what you can't disguise. Bring it to everybody's attention and say, see, I noticed that, I saw that, I took care of it. So I took care of it in the first, second, and third segments. This is the third segment, and it begins at 8:57, as you can see here on Monday. Okay, here are my thoughts for today. These are not mine. These are thoughts that I have found elsewhere, but some of them are extra good. One of them in particular I really like a lot. Opportunities are like morning dew. To catch one, you have to wake up early while the world is still busy sleeping. You have to wake up early while the world is still busy sleeping. Yeah, okay. The hard part of doing a difficult job is getting started. How many times have you had a big task coming up and it's like, I really don't want to be doing this task. And then once you get into it, it goes fairly well. Hardest part of a difficult job is getting started. Now, this is one in particular I like a lot, and I'll explain to you why. The road to success is always under construction. It's like a website. A website is never, ever finished. It can always be better. The road to success is always under construction. Never look at the doors closing behind you, or you'll miss the ones opening ahead of you. Never look at those doors closing behind you, or you'll miss the ones opening up ahead of you. You always want to keep looking for that new door that's opening. Forget about the door that's closing. That's yesterday. Just look for those new doors that are opening today. And as I say every day, especially on Monday, June the 1st, day 77, please don't be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. We have so many terrible things going on in this country right now. And in the world, COVID-19 is not the least of our problems, as you know. I'm not going to get into it. This is not a political discussion, but we did have a lot of bad things going on next week. So please go out and be a part of the solution and not part of the problem. Have a really blessed Monday, first day of June. See you tomorrow.